What is going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of another Sports Kid podcast, episode number 21. This one is actually our WrestleMania preview show. So we're going to talk what is going on with WrestleMania. We're going to discuss the matches. What's up, Lachlan? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. We're gonna discuss the matches. Um, Maybe we'll talk a little bit Monday Night Raw first. Then from there we'll go ahead and and get into these matches and everything. John, you and I had talked. While we were watching, while I was a little bit behind you, how many WrestleMania Vegas top sets did you order?
None.
I didn't even know it was out there, so I didn't.
Hello, Dom.
You're right. Yes, happy Jackie Robinson Day. Fresh cut with the Beast. WrestleMania is canceled. Yeah, grumpy old Grandma Dom. Well, I mean, I hope your transition goes well, Dom.
Yes.
I mean, is your name now Domenica?
Dominique.
Dominica rather than Dominic. But you and I I had to work late Monday, so I didn't have to work late Monday. I got back to the hotel late, so I was a little bit behind, but I was catching up. John and I were texting back and forth, and we both kind of agreed. John, I mean, you go right ahead and you go right ahead and give the thoughts on what it was.
If you haven't seen it, don't watch it. It's basically a D+ show at best. There was not really anything added on to storylines or anything like that. So it was just bad.
Now, I agree completely. My only thing that I am wondering, and I'm wondering if we'll see the same thing, Friday night with SmackDown. I wonder if the idea is to basically, not put any of the bigger names, at risk. And I know, my people go, well, wait a minute, you say that, but look, you had a tag team match with the guys that are going to be in the hey Chuck, you were gonna, you had a tag team match with the guys who are going to be in the ladder match. Yeah, and I think honestly, when you look at some of those guys out there, if a JD McDonough took a bad bump, I don't think that really matters to a lot of people. If all of a sudden, oh, guess what? Sorry, JD McDonough is out of the ladder match. We have now added, whoever. People can be like, whatever. But if Brock and Obafemi go out there, and something stupid happens, and one of them picks up those stairs and throws it, and it happens to bounce just a funny way, and boom, right? I mean, then all of a sudden one of them can't go ahead and wrestle. That's gonna be bad. You know what I mean? I mean that's not going to be a good thing. So, I get why they did what they did, but the problem is they didn't make the show worth wanting to watch.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that that's the part that that's the part that I was a little disappointed in. I mean the Roman CM Punk thing,
just stupid.
I honestly didn't get that at all.
It didn't add to the line at all.
Were they trying to turn and see if the crowd would, boo Roman and cheer Punk? I mean, the problem you have is it's like it's almost going to be like the Let's Go Cena Cena sucks, right? You're gonna have the same exact thing. You're gonna have those people screaming Roman Reigns, and then you're gonna have the one screaming CM Punk. So you're still gonna have that divided crowd. At this whole thing of well, he's the heel, no, he's the heel, and he should be the heel, and he should be the face,
Yeah, you have no idea who's who.
right? And if they try too hard to make one of them the face or the heel, either one, the crowd's not going to like it,
Exactly.
and the crowd's going to be like, yeah, whatever, get out of here, don't give me none of this, this bull crap,
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens on Friday. Again, I don't really, I
And
don't think
going back to Friday, that whole thing with Pat McAfee, all that just to put a promo about Ram trucks giving you 25% off.
Hey, Sticks, yeah. I mean, you think about it. That you think about where the WWE has gone to, where they actually had to have a segment like that.
Yeah.
What in the hell does that tell you as far as what is going on with ticket sales and everything? Sticks G, how you doing? Or Sticks G Wrestling, how's it going, buddy?
You should join us.
I sent you the invite, Sticks. And they still don't sign tickets. Yeah, that's the scary part. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, obviously they'll figure something out. I mean, I gotta believe it's one of those things where there'll be a massive reduction. Saturday morning. I mean, they gotta figure something out. But I think
I mean, they might sell Saturday, just because you have the Brock Obafemi in the first hour.
Oh, wow.
Which I was really surprised that Brock would want a lot, like say, hey, yeah, I'll go on first for you. It's not a problem.
Well, I think a lot of them will say, if I'm not going to be in the main event, I'd rather be the first match.
Yeah, true.
Because then you get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Right? Because you think about it from this standpoint, right? If you were watching, no matter what the first match is, you don't want to miss the beginning, right? Whereas if so all of a sudden you get to the third match and stuff like that, and it's and it's the women's tag match, or it's something that that is not really enticing to you, you're okay going ahead and walking away, and going to get another drink, going to get a bathroom, or doing whatever doing whatever that is, whatever it is you want to do. But like the first match, you're not going to want to miss, right? Because you want to see that the eruption of the crowd and all the other kind of stuff.
My thing is, you put them. That's going to be the highlight of the show, and then what? And everybody's predicting it's going to be like an 8-minute match, and that's it, with Oba just smashing them.
Well, I think when you look at it, I mean, to be honest with you, I think it has to be, because the 6-man ladder match, I mean, the entrances alone are going to take 10 minutes.
And that's for the Intercontinental title, right? That's for the Intercontinental, right?
Yeah.
What's up, Maddie?
What's up, Maddie? You know what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, that match, I mean, you can't have a 6-man ladder match and it go 25 minutes.
Well, you got to look at each of them are going to get, a 2.5 to 3 minute entrance. So, I mean,
right.
You really only have 2 minutes of wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, I don't know what they're going to wind up doing. I mean, last night I was on with Big John and FD on FD, Rollman FD, the What's the Play podcast and everything, and at the end, John, was asking me, the thoughts and everything. and the rumor that, well, if Brock wants to go ahead and retire, and he wants to do it at SummerSlam and everything, who retires him and so on and so forth, and I said my thing is that if you're creating Obafemi to be the next beast incarnate, and when you think about what Brock Lesnar was, he really needs to destroy Brock more than once.
Agreed. Yes.
It can't be one match. Oh yeah, I slayed the beast, right?
But do you think they have him retire? I mean, it would make more sense that he would retire Brock than Gunther.
Right. That's what I'm thinking and stuff like that. Because of that whole thing, because of that. So I think it. I don't. If you're to me, if you're gonna put, if again, I'll just say, if they're gonna portray Oba as this ruler, this next coming of the beast, he really needs to destroy him.
Yes.
He really needs to destroy him. So, but hey, let's get into
this.
Let's get into this and everything, and we're gonna try something new, folks. You can do a poll. So if you're here, you can go ahead and you can. Oh my goodness gracious! It's Fish Sticks.
What's up, Corey?
What's going on?
Hope you're feeling better, brother. I'll keep you in my prayers.
Yeah, thank you. I figured I might as well just hop on anyways and suck it up.
Well, thanks, Corey. Hope you get better. Hope you get well soon, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
We're going to be doing some polls so you guys can vote or predict who you think's going to win.
Yeah. So the first, so when you look at what's going on, you have the opening day card, or the opening day, first day card, Saturday. We know that, so the 6-man tag and the unsanctioned match, those are going to be on ESPN2. And then everything else is going to go. This is not the match order. This is just, the way I went ahead and did it. So when you look at what we have here, you have the Usos and LA Knight against the Vision and I Show Speed. And, to me, I'm not going to talk about the match, but what I'm going to go ahead and say is you guys can go ahead and I don't know what this will do. I don't know how this works, so we'll see what happens. I just don't understand why this is there.
Why is it not a title match at WrestleMania? I mean, I know it's because it's probably a 6-man, but still, get rid of the other two guys and just make it a tag team title match.
This is one match I could really care less about watching.
Yeah. If I had to pick one to win this, I'm going to say it's going to be the Usos and LA Knight.
See, I again, I mean,
going to mess it up.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is I Show Speed. Yeah, it messes something up or something along those lines. But I just don't know. I really don't know. And because there's no title on the line, I don't know what this does. I mean, obviously, it gives the Vision a more, a longer title reign, right? It gives them an extra few days or months or whatever it's going to be, to have their title. But we'll see what it becomes. I don't really go ahead and I don't get it. Yeah, free, and it's still not worth watching. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
100% correct.
Do you have to watch it on two different things? Like, I know they keep saying that, but can you watch it on just Peacock or watch it on just one thing, or you have to actually switch over after the second match?
I think what they're doing is giving you those first two matches where you're not having to pay for it, but if you have the paid service, it's probably going to be included on that too. I would imagine.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
I think the idea is that whoever if you have ESPN Unlimited, you'll watch it there. But for people who don't, it'll probably be one of those things. Hey, there's probably going to be a bunch of little, hey, click this QR code and you can, and you can go ahead and sign up for ESPN Unlimited right now, and boom,
Yeah.
you'll be able to watch the rest of the weekend or something along those lines.
Do you want to see the rest of WrestleMania? Click this QR code. Sign up now.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if you're giving away free matches and you want like people who haven't watched wrestling to like sign up or all that, like this is probably not the match to put in that position.
It's
Either.
not 6G unless the thought process is two YouTubers, two influencers.
That's
And
what I was just thinking too.
maybe that brings some eyeballs that it might not bring.
Right.
Yeah.
From that stance. That's the only thing I can think of is to why you would do that.
And like
It
Lachlan
really
says,
doesn't make a whole bunch of sense.
we get it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So everybody in the chat picked Division to win this.
Yeah. And I think it just makes sense. It keeps that rivalry going. But I mean, are we really at the point to where LA Knight may have a feud with I Show Speed?
It's the way it's looking.
I mean, you
I feel
call
so
this
bad
guy.
for him. Man.
Yeah.
He's a good wrestler and he's so over, and they're just like, let's just not give him anything ever.
It's like they pump him up and then just drop him. It's like my push is not going to keep him going.
I was going to say, my thing is what has he not done for that for WWE?
Not held a title.
True. Then we have
Yep.
the unsanctioned match, which I am surprised that this type of match would be on the free service. Because when you think of this, don't you think that shouldn't it be, hardcore, bloody? I mean, shouldn't it make people cringe?
The way they're saying it, yeah. Not sure if they will, but
yeah, I was gonna say they might have them tone it down, but I mean,
I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what the thought process is, in a match like this. Again, not saying that it shouldn't happen. Okay, fine, they got to do it. It is what it is. Great. But but I'm just thinking from a standpoint of what do you do? Like what are you gonna what are you trying to show with the people? So you're going from that match to an unsanctioned match, and if it's supposed to be, I mean, again, if it's going to be unsanctioned, there better be some stuff that you go like, oh my gosh, right?
Yeah, maybe there will be, and that'll be what draws more people in to watch. I want Drew to win, but I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think it's going to be Jacob also. To be honest with you, I just don't see it. Like I don't, the whole piece to it. So Dom thinks that Drew's going to win. They can't do that stuff on Disney, ESPN. See, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean, Lawkins. From that standpoint, why the hell then do you have this match on ESPN too?
I don't know. I think Jacob's going to win this because I believe that Drew's still going to head off to film that movie, but
Highlander.
Yeah, Highlander.
So that's why I think Jacob's going to win this. And
do do you guys know if like ESPN2 is any different than ESPN? Like, do they have different limitations where they can show like blood on ESPN2 or something?
I don't know. It's possible.
That's a great question. I mean, yeah, I couldn't tell you. I really don't know. But I would think for the most part, it's the same. That they don't really do anything different than
I mean, if you
with
see anything, it's going to be a little bit of blood. It's not going to be like it used to be.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you could. I don't think you can do what you would consider in a non-sanctioned match on the free server on free TV.
Well, hopefully it's a good match. It should. They usually put on good matches together.
Yeah,
They should. They definitely should. I hope that it's to me again. If you're going to call it unsanctioned, I hope it really lives up to the bill. And then we have our first championship match that we will go ahead and talk about. Stephanie Valkyrie, the champion, goes up against Liv Morgan, who Liv Morgan on Monday night looked like an absolute freaking crazy woman.
Oh yeah, and what was with the music video?
She released the music. She released the music video, yeah.
And it was a waste of time on Netflix. That's all that was. It was a spot filler.
That is a good point. Yeah, that is a good point you have there, Larkin. Nothing says that it has to be over in that first hour. It can spill over. So
that would be a way to get people to sign up. Be like, look, if you want to see the rest of this match, sign up for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll go and get real gnarly.
I mean, I would love to see Stephanie win this, but I think they're going to give it to Morgan for some reason.
Looks like for the polls, you have to type the number and nothing else in the sentence.
Yeah, you just have to put a number in and it takes it.
There's two ones, but because Dom typed other words.
Yeah.
I'm picking her anyway.
I think I don't know. Me personally, I don't understand why you would take it off of Stephanie so quickly. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just don't.
It's been like 8 or 9 months she's had the belt at least.
I don't think if Liv wins, she's not going to win it cleanly. There's going to be any interference. But
she has been hard to watch the last few months. And I don't know if it's just the way they're trying to portray this character change of of being hated and stuff like that. I don't know if that's really what they're trying to do with her. Honestly, it does seem to be working per se.
What's up, Kenneth?
Kenneth, how you doing? It does seem to be working. A lot of people are starting to go ahead and dislike everything. It just sucks for those of us that don't speak Spanish. When they start going ahead and talking, you're like, damn it. What
so
the hell
on
say?
On Chris Van Vliet, do you watch the Chris Van Vliet? Like he does interviews with the wrestlers?
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
I've seen him in the past. I haven't watched him recently.
So like he did one with Stephanie recently, and her English is way better. And she says that Triple H will tell her, okay, this one I want you to go out there and do in Spanish. And then like another time he'll say, oh, I want you to do this one in English. He wants her to do it in Spanish because she gets more fired up because it's like her natural language, right? And she was like, I'd rather just do them in English because I want to get better and better at English. But he'll push her to do Spanish too.
I can't
understand that because you do have Spanish speaking people in the audience. It does help them.
Yeah.
But push
I
it
agree.
into-
I agree, Larkin. I think this would be a way better match if it
Yes.
was EO, but I just think they look at Liv as one of the top one of the top females of the company, and for some strange reason,
and you're not gonna put a face versus a face really. They're gonna
Yeah.
want
I think they're gonna do EO versus Asuka still. Like Sunday night has like one or two less matches, so I think there's a chance they're kind of building up to that, but it'll probably
well, if
get
they're
like
gonna,
next
I
Friday
don't know
or
how.
something.
Yeah, they did some. They had interaction again on Monday, but nothing was announced.
Yeah.
That's not saying
It's hard to believe they would. It's hard to believe they would keep EO off of WrestleMania.
Yeah. See, I figured it out, Mike.
I think what you're going to see. Well, you're getting ahead of the game. I think she's going to come down. She's going to be there with Rhea. Oscar is going to go ahead and come down, and I think we'll get that on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, maybe.
I figured out what was wrong with Liv on Monday night. It was that bump on the head that she had.
On her head, yeah. But she was, man, oh man. She looked psychotic.
Yeah.
She looked psychotic. Says when they're waiting until the last second to get the Bellas in, which means they're going to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to suck ass, man. But
yes, it is.
I've hated watching all those same tag team girls go at it for the last like 2 months. It's like every week it's the same drama. Like it's going to be boring to watch that one.
I even bring them back. I mean, if you want to bring them back for a one-off, okay, I understand it. But leave it at that.
I've said it before, and I will continue to say it. You could have had two other females from NXT who come up, which would have been better.
Yes.
Yep.
It's very, 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 very simple. From that standpoint, in my opinion. But AJ Lee, Becky Lynch. It's another one that I don't know if it matters who wins. I think Becky's gonna win. Why? I don't know. I just have a feeling, that Becky's gonna win it. I don't necessarily know, what comes of this. I mean, AJ, when she signed the last year, she signed a 3-year deal.
Yep.
What?
When she signed a 3-year deal.
Oh no.
But the awkward inferior, whatever the hell, that inferior complex thing of a teenage, of a teenager, that character just doesn't. I mean, you're 40 flipping years old, for crying out loud. Stop.
Yeah. I can't stand her promos when she talks. I don't like her matches anymore. I'm like, I thought she was going to be gone soon.
It was neat to see her and Punk go up against Seth and Becky, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could have came back with a different song instead of that same BS.
She's not at the same level as most of these women now.
No.
Like she's like a step behind, and for them to give her the belt, I was just like, I don't understand why push her now.
I mean, keep CM Punk happy. I mean, what was the reason for her to come back anyway? Again, another one are the Bellas. They go ahead and they bring them back, yet they go ahead and have, JC James, Sol Ruka, and some of these other young ladies, Lola Vice. They have some of those young ladies, and they go ahead and they leave them, they leave them down on NXT. Um, yeah, I think I could be Chuck. That AJ takes a win, and then one of the NXT girls goes ahead and you know and moves in and gets that title. But man, I don't know.
I just noticed Dom's name. I just seen his logo earlier and I just assumed it said Dom. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't really think. I mean, when they were there last time, uh, just saw an Instagram post. No Japanese on Mania for the first time since WrestleMania 33. Oh wow! First WrestleMania without Hulk Hogan.
But then again, also you got to take on Instagram with a grain of salt because nobody knows if it's true or not. Because they get, like you said, they could add that match in a heartbeat if they wanted to.
Most definitely.
So.
And I don't know. I guess you can. It's a good way to start the feud. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a Monday Night Raw.
It is more of a Monday Night Raw type of match.
I can go ahead and I can see it, being that way.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom, for a bunch of people, it is more than Facebook.
Yeah.
And then we go to Becky's husband against Gunther, which we've talked a number of times, and I don't understand, this match. It's personal. So what they drummed up, the way it got personal is just because Seth didn't challenge Gunther? Really?
Yeah, it made that whole promo on Monday night between the two of them made no sense.
I mean, come on, really?
Like they were.
I'm helping Paul out here.
Yeah, they should have found a better way to do that. Like,
yes,
Gunther was supposed to fight, Rey Mysterio, and then he got hurt, and so then they came up with something else on the fly. But then Rey Mysterio's back, and he's in a match. This should still be like a really good match to watch. Like they're both going to put on a good match, but there's just nothing like behind it, kind of thing.
I'm picking Seth to win. However, I am pretty sure Braun Breaker is going to get involved in this somehow because he is cleared. Cleared for the past couple of weeks.
It's the way that is the way you that is the way you do not have Gunther go ahead and get a loss when you're putting him as the career killer.
He comes in, Breaker comes in, does something to Seth, causes him to lose the match. That starts that storyline with Seth.
Right.
Yeah, I think you guys and Chuck are right because neither one of these guys you want to put a loss on their record at this point.
Right.
Exactly. I mean,
a DQ would work better because then that really would set up the Rollins Breaker because that's coming.
And especially when you think about it from a standpoint of a win does nothing to either one of those. No. It doesn't go ahead and it doesn't put one of them in the title picture. It doesn't go ahead and move one of them way down below, in the rankings to where they're going to be buried along those lines. So again, it really needs to not go ahead and end cleanly in a way to kind of save face.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Gunther's not joining the Vision, but Paul Heyman now owes him a favor. Again.
Yeah, but what is that favor?
Yeah, and we got to remember we're
Yeah.
thinking with like wrestling fans' logic, like not what Triple H and Freebird have been doing lately. Like they've been messing everything up, so you never know, right?
Exactly.
No, that's what I think. The one thing about this WrestleMania is that it is a little unpredictable, but it's not like unpredictable where if something that you thought was going to happen doesn't happen, like it doesn't change anything, so like it doesn't all of a sudden make anything more exciting. It doesn't make you want to go ahead and look forward to anything, like any of these matches that we've talked about so far. There's not one of them that if you go, man, I can imagine, big upset, AJ Lee does something and beats Becky again. Holy cow. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Right.
And Becky goes ahead and beats AJ to get her title back. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad part about a bunch of these matches. This one right here, when you're looking at it, like I said, a win does a clean loss might do a little bit. I think a clean loss would hurt Gunther more than it would Seth.
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
But why bother going ahead and doing that when you, like Chuck said, you could have a DQ?
And I think that's how we're going to see this one. But
yeah,
who knows with TKO?
Yep. And we have a fatal 4-way for the women's tag belts, and
get ready for the botches.
It's gonna be a scary. Potentially this is scary. Some of these women could go ahead and get seriously hurt. I think they keep it on the irresistible forces. To me, I don't know if it makes sense to take it off them at this point in time. I don't.
I agree. I think
really,
I vote for who I want.
Really see the reasoning
think
for it.
Just as long as they don't give it back. As long as they don't give it to Charlotte.
We all know who we're going to vote to win, but we all know who's going to win. I'm going to go with you guys because I think Bailey and them are going to win it, but not keep it for long.
As long as they don't give it back to Charlotte or they don't give it to the Billis,
I'll
be okay.
I mean, it could be wrong, but I just have a feeling.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going, even though I don't really care for them as a tag team, although I will say Lash Legend is, not saying she's really, really good, but she's better than what I thought she would.
Right.
What she would be. That's all I'm saying.
The only thing this match is going to be good for is, like Corey said, the botches. Watching this terribly.
And Grumpy Grandma is really right. Bailey does deserve a WrestleMania win.
She does.
Yep.
I don't know what it does in the landscape of things because we already know they really can give two craps about the women's tag belt.
I told you last week, Mike. Turn around, shove your head up your rear end. You'll know how they're thinking. Only way we're going to figure this out.
Yeah, you're not 100% wrong. You're not 100% wrong.
Where are we going now?
Well, then we have the guy who is ruining wrestling versus the guy who is supposed to save wrestling. We end night 1 and We end night one with Cody Rhodes, champion, defending against Randy Orton, going for number 15, and Pat McAfee. I agree with Lawkin. I think this is going to be I don't see this being exciting. I think it has, in my opinion, it has become too obvious that it has to be Randy. And to me, now again, there could be a massive swerve, but to me, the thing that makes it more obvious than anything is what Pat McAfee said to Cody Rhodes, that if Randy does not win, you will never hear or see Pat McAfee in wrestling again. And we know what happens when those type of statements are made.
Yeah. I did read something that I guess originally, and I don't know, it still could be because it could be fake news, I don't know, that Jelly Roll is to be in the corner of Cody to offset McAfee. But then I heard that was pulled because they didn't want it. They wanted somebody else and couldn't get them, so they just yanked it. But if I know TKO, he'll be there. I would just like to see Randy win, and then when Cody rolls out of the ring, Pat gets in, he just turns on Pat and gives him an RKO. That would make it better.
I would definitely want to see Randy win.
Yeah. I mean, Randy, it's just, when they mentioned this match, I'm like, they're going to put 15 on him. He'll be, he'll be one up on Triple H then, or have to be tied with Triple H?
One up.
So he's not going to get.
Which makes me think they don't want to do that.
I thought that too, and then I'm like, him and freaking Triple H are probably the greatest of friends. He's like, look, I don't really care. I'm not going to be able to wrestle anymore anyway. So, I mean,
there was talk that Randy becoming champion will be like the first Triple H guy.
Yeah.
Vince was still around, I believe, when Cody came back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was for the first year. Lawkins got a point too. Orton and McAfee versus Cody and Jelly Roll for Backlash. I could see that. Which means you're going to see more McAfee and Jelly Roll on broadcasts on Friday nights.
Right.
Which Backlash is next after this, right?
No. Clash at the Castle in Milan is in May. Backlash would probably be June then?
Yeah. So nobody voted Cody.
No, I'm so tired of him.
I think we might even. It looks like they're trying to turn him heel.
He's good on the mic and he's good at that stuff, but it's just like not the kind of wrestler I like or like to listen to talk.
Right. Now, what he did to Pat McAfee's stage was funny.
Was Pat there?
No. He went there at night. There was a cleaning guy. Cleaning guy let him in. He went in, walked over to the stage, took a supposed Babe Ruth signed bat to the picture of Randy and Pat. It was like a big old 12 by 16 and smashed it. Broke the bat, then grabbed his belt and grabbed a laptop and then just slammed the laptop down on the basketball floor that they had out there.
That's funny.
Oh, I didn't realize that Backlash was next. I thought when they were talking that Clash in the Castle was the May May
9th. Saturday, May 9th, Backlash.
No, very good.
In Florida.
Tampa. All right,
All right.
so that would be it for night number 1. Then we go night number 2. Again, are they going to add Io and Oscar to this? Who knows? We'll see. But they've already said kicking off the broadcast. We know the first 2 matches, and Brock Lesnar against Oba Femi.
Only
Sticks.
WWE knows how to like kill the momentum of wrestlers. So I'm scared that they're gonna kill what Oba's got going on. I think
They give it
hands
to
down
Brock.
Oba should win this, and like it seems like he's gonna win this, but it's another one of those like I'm not sure with WWE anymore what they're thinking.
He should win, but you know what? We're gonna throw a curveball, and Brock's
Yeah,
gonna.
like Oba can continue the momentum, so we'll just give it to Brock.
But then who does Oba go after at that point? There's really nobody there.
If you
Like
have
for
if
2
you
weeks,
have if you have Brock win, you can set it up for your 3-match scenario.
True.
You let Brock go ahead and get this win, but then if again, like we were talking earlier, if you're truly trying to have Oba Femi be in the image of Brock Lesnar, what that whole thing meant, the beast incarnate, the conqueror, all that kind of stuff. If you want him to actually be that role, he has to destroy Brock Lesnar. He has to leave him laying in the middle of the ring, not moving. And it can't happen once. It has to happen multiple. Pardon me. It has to happen multiple times.
like the first time Brock came out and they fought, he like destroyed Brock, and then he did it again. He beat up Brock, and it's like, so are they gonna let him come out there and just like do it again? And then what happens with Brock after that? He looks like he can't beat him.
That's why, you make a great, and I didn't think about it from that standpoint, Sticks, unless the idea is that, you know what, Oba does what he does, and we know we have the career killer guy who's supposed to be there, but let's make believe we don't. And, Brock, all pissed off, I can't believe it, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. I'll put my career on the line. I'll go up against this guy again, and you'll see I will destroy him. SummerSlam in Minnesota, Oba Femi takes out the Beast. The Beast is done with wrestling. The ruler is now, that.
I could see that. I could see it being Brock possibly win this one. Backlash, Oba wins. Then you hit SummerSlam, and then Oba takes him out. Clash in Italy is May 31st. I looked it up on their site. You do have a Saturday night main event on the 23rd, too.
Really?
23rd, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
In Fort Wayne, Indiana, Maddie can go.
When Brock came out and he was like the next big thing and he was destroying guys for a while, like there were so many other big guys that he could fight at the time, right? Like Undertaker, Kane, Big Show, like they're missing that kind of, I think, right now. Like if Oba goes and destroys Brock, who's he going to fight next? Like who's big enough to take on Oba if he can destroy Brock?
I mean, unless they're trying to set up him in Royce Keys, which
Royce Keys, Roman Reigns, maybe
Gunther.
Yeah.
There
are a few big guys, but
possible Braun Breaker in him.
Yeah.
That's one other big guy, sort of big guy, but there's nobody that, like you said, there's no Kane, there's no Undertaker, there's no Big Show. I mean, you have Drew.
Yeah.
I love Drew personally, but and Roman.
Maybe there's a few more than
Yeah,
I
Chuck
than I was
Chuck has
thinking.
it. Trick Williams.
Oh God.
Well, that's true. I mean, you do. I mean, and Dom does. See, again, this is the part that you have. If he destroys them, it ruins future opponents. But I mean, I get that part. But to me, Dom, like I was saying, if the idea is to put him in that mold, in that realm, or something along those, then that's what has to happen. He
Yeah,
can't
we know
just
they like
beat him. He has to beat him bad.
to really build things, right? Like they like to really build their things like that.
Yep.
They do.
Yeah, it was,
Yep. We have the six-man ladder match now. Unfortunately, the polls only let you put 4 options. So I figured J.D. McDonough and Dragon Lee will probably not got two of the guys that probably won't win. So I went ahead and and took those guys out. Penta, Evans, Rusev, Mysterio. If you think it's Dragon Lee or J.D. McDonough, you can write that in the chat and everything. I'm really on. I honestly, I'm not sure. I know putting Ray in to get Ray on WrestleMania. I just don't know. I don't know what you do unless, to me, I guess the Ray winning. If Ray is on the verge of retirement, Ray winning would make sense because then Dominic Mysterio can go after Ray Mysterio and have it's the world title, and if I lose, I'll retire.
yeah.
That's why I'm thinking they're going to give it to Mysterio, and either they'll do it at Backlash or they might do it at SummerSlam, probably SummerSlam, and that's where Dom will beat him and retire him. I'll be right back.
This should be one of the most exciting matches on the card, I would think.
And this
Some
is
of
going to
the-
be on the ES. This is going to be for those who don't have,
Oh,
Netflix.
nice.
If you're international, or if you don't have, ESPN Unlimited app, this one is going to be on ESPN.
Like McDonough, Dragon, Penta, Javon, like they're all so crazy in the ring. Like they'll do awesome stuff.
Right. I think it's Rusev is the kind of sort of the one that doesn't fit, but hey, it is what it is. But I think when I look at it, again, like as Lachlan, as you said earlier, does this match have to end in the first hour? Does this one have to go ahead and does it have to, end that way? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Lachlan. If those guys are carted off, they'll probably do some crazy stuff. I gotta believe Dragon Lee's gonna do kind of something. I think Penta's gonna win, but I can understand why they would give it to Ray if you're trying to set up the whole "I'm gonna retire."
Yeah.
That's true, man. Have two guys at the top of the ladder when the clock strikes 7 p.m. and all those people on the free are going, "What the hell, son of a bitch? I can't believe I missed that. You got to be freaking kidding me."
I'm gonna go pay $50 or however much it is.
Which is crazy. Which is absolutely
Uh,
crazy that it's, but hey,
Yeah, what does
it is what it
ESPN
is. Yeah,
Plus cost?
it's funny, Sticks, that when the WWE network first started and all they kept doing was, and for $9.95 a month, for $9.95 a month, for nine, everybody was like laughing at him and shit. And it's like, damn, I'd like to bring those days back.
Right?
Man, $9.95
Like
a month,
how much?
that sounds really good.
How much does ESPN Plus cost a month? Like in
Right
Showtime?
now it's 30.
Yeah,
But I think it's going up to either 35 or 38.
yeah,
Which
that's dumb.
which I don't understand because, you know, there are a lot of wrestling fans that are, that are not necessarily big sports fans.
Yeah.
So if you're a WWE diehard or, and stuff, and they go all of a sudden now, hey, you got to pay $35 a month to go ahead and watch, one PLE, which is basically what you're getting. And
Yeah.
you're like, and it's like, no, now if you love college sports and stuff like that, then I can understand, you go ahead and you get it. And then, you get to watch a lot of college sports between men's college
Yeah.
sports, women's college sports. There is a lot of it on ESPN Unlimited.
Yeah, it's just a lot of money to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Like for us over here, we just gotta have Netflix, which is like $8 a month or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, we know. We know.
Again, buy a VPN and just.
I wish I could figure that part out. So then we have a match. I think it's another one of those where, not sure what they're trying to do. Obviously, I think Trick is going to win, but I don't necessarily. I don't necessarily know, what the idea was to put it on Sammy. Wouldn't it still been okay if you had Carmelo Hayes
Oh,
against Trick
it would have
Williams
been, it would
here?
have been perfect because they were big time buddies in NXT. And then there was that whole storyline of, Trick getting moved up. And he was like Carmelo's, right hand man kind of thing.
I have heard rumors that KO might show up in this one. He's
Really?
not he's going to do anything. They're saying he's probably not going to get involved, like wrestle wise, but as a distraction.
Is it to distract
I think it would be Sammy.
distract Sammy to have Trick go ahead and win and then do a Kevin Owens Sami Zayn feud?
At some
Sure,
point.
I guess. I mean, what
But
else are you gonna do?
Carmelo should have been there. Like all his matches were so fun to watch.
Yeah, I
You
just
take it off and then he's not even in WrestleMania at all now.
who was that?
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo,
Oh, yeah.
unless he's going to get involved in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, possibly, but I just think Trick's going to win this. Then they're going to run the Carmelo Hayes versus him either at Backlash or SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo might interfere too. If they can't get Kevin Owens like cleared enough to actually do something. But I mean, right now they're saying that he's to where he could go down to the ring and distract, or his music plays, something like that, and he stands on stage. But I don't know. We will have to see. I'm
Might
definitely
as well have Carmelo interfere. There's nothing like a great triple threat match for a title.
There you go. Interferes and what's Adam Pearce comes down to. This is now going to be a triple threat match.
100%, Chuck. 100%. They had some really good matches down in NXT.
Yeah.
But look how they're wasting, Dragunov. Dragunov and a bunch of those guys had unbelievable matches in NXT. I'm surprised they haven't tried to bring Dragunov and Gunther back together because
that was
when they were NXT Europe and they were over there fighting, and and when Gunther was 100 pounds heavier or so, and he was Walter, even then the dude could move, and those were good matches.
Yeah.
And then we move on, and we have, and I will say, I really didn't see um, this coming. I didn't see the demon ever coming back,
I think I did a little bit.
but the demon Finn Balor against Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah,
I
and
think,
somebody was saying that they always tell you when the demon's coming. Like they've never surprised anybody. I
I
think
think
that would have been awesome if like you just thought it was Finn Balor and then he came out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like people would have just like lost it versus like now you know it's coming kind of thing.
I agree. I mean, I just, I mean, he's gonna destroy Mysterio. Mysterio is good, but not really for this.
They got to be. Finn just talked about how they ruined a demon by advertising it
Yeah, I
ahead.
saw that. Yeah, I saw that. They say he said that.
Right. Now it's like he has to be the demon to go ahead and win.
It's like they ruined it before and that's why he didn't want to be demon anymore.
Yeah,
And now it's like they're doing it again.
because like they're not surprising. Like the place would have went nuts for this one if he came out. It said Finn, but he comes out as the demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for
And what are
that,
they gonna do
Tom.
now? Cancel the demon and end up just him coming out as Finn Balor?
Probably wouldn't work.
Stupid, but
Probably
not
wouldn't work. I don't know what they're. I mean, this is one of those matches that you look at and you say, okay, I'm okay with it. Um, uh, I think it's. I think it could be a good match. But Mike, what's next for like the problem you have with a match like this is okay. So the demon beats the crap out of him. He wins. Then yay!
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, Dom has the Judgment Day to go back to, but what does Finn Balor go to after this?
right? You
Does he
know
join Division?
who?
It
Finn.
definitely should be an awesome match to watch though.
This I think will be one of the better ones to watch. Yes.
Oh, I agree because they are. I think they definitely are. I think they'll have good chemistry in the ring. I think they can pull off a really good match. I think this is a match that could actually, it could go for a while. Um, you know, when you look at some of the other matches that we have involved, here, I mean, Trick and Sammy, I don't know. I don't know. I can't see that one being, a long, drawn out, type match and stuff. Um, but we'll see. I don't know. It's like I said, it's just the what now, and I think to both of your guys' point, if the Demon beats Dominic Mysterio, can't Dominic Mysterio still say, "Hey, Finn Balor never beat me"?
He could, yes.
Yeah.
Right?
And then they could do a
So then
backlash.
what?
It's gonna be
Then we
Finn.
have to have a Dom actual Finn match, not Finn as the Demon.
Right. You get that maybe a backlash,
I mean, you could.
and that's where maybe you have Ray interfere, giving the win to Finn, and starts a storyline with Dominic.
Dominic again, yeah. That's definitely possible. But again, you know, it's like I mean, I don't know. It's like again, it's just another one of these matches that's like, okay, you know, why, you know, what are you going to do? I think that Dan Locken makes a good point. If Backlash is only 2 weeks away, then they don't have enough time for, you know, for anything. You know what I'm saying? So Backlash might be a lot of a rematch type stuff. What he's, you know, which makes a great point. With it being so close to it, what do you do? You know, like Lorcan is saying, you know, that you could see that if Bailey and Lyra win, you could see at Backlash the Irresistible Forces going ahead and getting their, you know, rematch.
Right. You could see this at Backlash too. It's got to be Finn. It can't be the Demon.
You just should never do another pay-per-view after WrestleMania 2 weeks away. Like it should.
Yeah, it's just I don't understand.
Should be, you know, 4 to 6 weeks.
It's like the golf tournament after the Masters. It's like, okay, all the stars aren't going to go there. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And then we get a match that I don't know if it was, I don't want to say it was forced, but I think it was one of those things where the WWE and they looked at the SmackDown roster and went, there's nobody here that we can trust Jade with in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and bring Rhea over.
And doing all the tag team divisions, like all those tag teams, it takes away like all the people she could fight. Like besides Rhea and all the tag team people, there's like nobody left. So that's why they're having her fight Michin and B-Fab.
I know.
like what is this?
And just I'll see. Here's another one. All right, I think Rhea's going to take this, but there is talk of Bianca Belair is going to be here in some capacity. So that she come out and distract Jade, and then Rhea takes the win.
Quit with all the spoilers.
I'm just saying. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Well, you would think that.
What's up, Jay Thompson?
Yeah, AJ. Well, let me ask you a question though. Shouldn't the real feud have been against? I mean, shouldn't the real feud for Bianca be against Naomi?
Yeah, whenever she comes back.
Naomi took out Jade. Jade just beat up Naomi after she found out that it was her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I think if they do anything, they probably maybe start with Bianca and Jade while they're waiting for Naomi to come back.
Nice.
I don't know. Who knows? See where she is at.
Jade jumping right in. Yep. Now that's a good point there, Lorcan. Naomi showing up, remember, because she said, "Hey, bitches, just remember, nobody going ahead and nobody beat me. I gave up my title."
Looks like you can only vote once per poll, which is good.
No stacking the polls. No stacking, man. No stacking. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just, how long ago? And I think, didn't she give birth in January, I think?
Looking at what I'm reading here, it looks like late this year or early next year is her return.
Okay.
That's what they're saying. Some said potential return at SummerSlam, but right now it is late 2026, early 2027.
And it kind of, it might be too early for her just to make an appearance to cause it a distraction, unless it's one of those ones where, like, every match that let's say it is that she's going to go after Jade, that every match that Jade is in, she shows up, and is walking through the crowd, right? You know what I'm saying, or standing on the stage along those lines to set something up from that standpoint for when she's able to go ahead and come back. But I don't necessarily.
She had her baby in March, so it's going to be a
March. Oh wow,
Yep.
I thought it was earlier in the year.
a baby boy.
Yep.
It says right now it's like around March 7th.
The bloodline continues.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Lachlan. I thought she was like,
Yeah.
I thought she was more like I thought it was like end of January, beginning of February.
That is true. They could do that.
You could play her music, like yeah.
If they
That's
can't,
I think that's a good idea. That's probably a way they could definitely do it, Chuck, from that standpoint.
if they don't go with Bianca, that's like you see how they could do it.
And
All
then we close the show. We close the show.
Is this really a closing? Really? I'm going that way. I think Roman takes it.
I put a 1. I made a mistake, and I really actually should have put a 2. I don't know how they. I don't know why you do everything you're doing and you have Roman lose. Like, this is. I think one thing about this match, it's not like someone. I don't know if either one of these is putting someone over. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't see what this does. I don't. I mean.
I don't know. It's a weird one because I think a loss for CM Punk doesn't do him any good.
Not wrong, Jay. Not wrong.
Yeah. Especially if Roman isn't going to be like a full timer.
I'm just looking to see if no one TKO. Bring in the good old Rock. While there's no plans for it, you never know with WWE.
Yeah.
I mean,
After what was said, that's the only thing I can see being part of. But I would think he would have shown up prior to this if they could get him.
To me, it's just one of those. Okay, so if you're gonna go ahead and put the belt on Roman, the Bellas and Vegas.
I heard that there's still
Yeah,
she's still working on it.
Yeah, they're still waiting last minute. I don't know. I just look at it from a standpoint of is if it's, part of the problem is like, who's next for either one of them?
Well,
Like, who's next?
You're not going to do that match because that doesn't make sense. I was saying Oba, but I mean, you could have a Jacob Fatu, but that doesn't really make sense either.
But is Jacob Fatu? He goes ahead. He goes against Drew and all that crap and stuff, and he beats him. And Drew's got to go away. You saw Solo show up and was talking some stuff with him, but then now all of a sudden Tamaloga, he's Tamaloa, no,
Kind of questioning his His allegiance.
questioning his allegiance to the MFTs.
Yeah. Same old storyline.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they always have that big guy, and he never fights.
Right. Now he's
7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like, why is he not fighting?
I think the U.S. champ, isn't that being defended down in Mexico at some point?
No, the men is Trick against Sammy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the U.S. champ. Yeah.
The two belts
I
not
thought that
be
was
the women's United States title and the SmackDown tag team. Those, I believe, are the only two belts that are not on the line at WrestleMania.
Who has him over on SmackDown?
Who are the tag champs on SmackDown? I don't know. Is it the MFTs?
Maybe.
I'm like, I can't remember who it is.
Damian Priest and R-Truth.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
Of
they're.
course.
There's no need to be sorry. Dominic Mysterio's twin brother.
Which I'm
Brother
surprised
from the
they
same
have
mother.
holding the tag teams as long as they are.
I mean, I don't know. Will we have a Danhausen seeing?
Oh, I'm sure you will. It's almost guaranteed. And he's probably going to curse somebody.
Yep, no Miz at the WrestleMania.
No, but you do have John Cena there. Does he interfere in the match possibly?
Yeah, I seen Danhausen's merch sales were like higher than anybody else's. He was selling more merch than all the wrestlers.
Yeah, they say his stuff took off like a bat out of hell.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He was always funny in AEW, and I'd known him from before that even.
That's a possibility. Curse one of those guys in there, maybe him or Rusev or something. I don't know. Maybe he'll shrink JD's head.
I think the problem with JD is he has like a normal size head, but his neck is so long that it's just like sticking way up there.
He's like a bobblehead.
They just see it too much.
You can see Danhausen throwing the curse. And I don't believe it. And then whoever is climbing the ladder with nobody around starts to climb and gets like the last rung and can't go anymore because the curse went ahead and kicks in.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
That's what Chuck just said. Same thing. Or the ladder breaks. He climbs the ladder and it just breaks.
I mean, I don't see any. If he has any more matches, it'll probably be against people like Kit Wilson, which I just wish they'd get rid of him altogether. He reminds me of what is that guy's name? That started the whole group back in the 80s. Steven something. I can't think of his name anymore, but Right to Censor. He started that group. And
No, Steven Richards.
Yeah. That's who Kit Wilson reminds me of.
He came out and he was like so over when he came back, and then they just they kind of killed that too.
Yeah, I think but like when you look at the 2 days and everything, and I mean, for
is it
unless you're a fan of somebody,
you don't care.
yeah. Like I mean, you're in North Carolina. Like I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see some of the outcomes to see how it could, I don't say shape or form things and stuff like that. I mean, the whole you know long term storytelling. You know, you could have the long term stuff of Liv going ahead and winning and holding it, but then to figure out a way, I don't, for Raquel to win the Rumble or Elimination Chamber, and go against Liv at next year's Mania. But next year's Mania, who the frick knows what's going to happen there? Because it's going to right now everything is still that it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. Not saying that we know that to be true. They can do whatever the hell they want to do, but as of right now, that's where it's going to be.
Right.
So if we feel as no storyline type stuff or anything like that going in or coming out, you gotta believe the exact same thing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Chip.
Next year's main event's going to be Jelly Roll versus Pat McAfee.
Probably.
I show speed triple threat match.
Oh, geez.
I mean, they should just go ahead and they should have a hooded man, a guy in a black hoodie with a mask on, attack Austin Theory, and put him out, and then rip the mask off, throw the hoodie down, and it's Mr. Beast. And it's Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and I show speed against the Usos and LA Knight.
God, that would be terrible.
And that's something I could actually see them doing, so it's kind of scary.
If they get Beast into it, yeah, they would. I think Jimmy would do it. Wouldn't care.
I just.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. You too, yeah. Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Vinnie Mac at some point. Honestly.
Well, yeah. I mean, Dom, you're right. The curse stuff is, but it's still new to WWE, even though he's been doing that, forever. It's still new to WWE. So for WWE, that gimmick is still good.
It's going to be good until it doesn't work and something happens to him. I want to see him and R-Truth go at it. That would be a match.
Just talking to each other backstage would be good.
Bring little Jimmy back.
Yeah, there you go.
And Danhausen curses little Jimmy. That would be funny. I'm going to give this whole thing, and I know it hasn't even happened yet. It's going to get a C- at best. And it's basically because of the Brock Lesnar Oba match and possibly the Finn and Dom match. That's about it. I'm going to watch it basically to see who they decide to bring back, if anybody.
Yeah, I don't have.
And maybe there's enough surprises, to make it better than what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they have the. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, surprises and stuff like that. I mean, like who could return that has been out that you potentially hear about? And the truth is on the men's side, it's really just Braun Breaker. And on the women's side, the only one that would make you go would be Bianca Belair.
Right. I mean, KO on the men's side too is a possibility, but somebody that can come in and actually do a match or start, like do something in the ring would be Braun. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can go ahead, and just have their music hit and stand on the stage. You know what I'm saying? From that standpoint. But to me, if you were a Kevin Owens and you're coming out in the Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, you're not just coming out and standing on the stage because Sammy's going to believe you're there for him.
True.
And if you're
I
not
would
there
love
for
to see Coco Beware come back up.
you
I
know,
get-
if he's not there for Sammy, then he would need to get down to the ring to somehow do that distraction. The surprise is
Let's hope,
Jake Paul.
let's,
Oh
let's
boy.
hope it's not.
Jake Paul knocks out Austin Theory, and it's Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and I Show Speed against LA Knight and the Usos. Yikes.
You remember, you have the Hall of Fame. You could always have Dennis Rodman involved somehow.
No,
I don't know how well that went the first time.
Or Stephanie McMahon.
They involve her, and it's going to have to be the Cody match, I would think.
Have her come out and screw somebody over. I seen they had a bunch of like, you could sign up for this deal and get exclusive access to like the Stephanie McMahon merch. Like there's like this like $850 belt. Like they made like a specially designed belt for her.
Oh wow.
And then it's like just a S and an M or whatever. And then it's ugly too. Then they made a copy of her women's title that she won like way back in the day. Like it's like the one that looks like a hedgehog kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just brown. And that one was $700 and something.
All their belts are ridiculously overpriced.
And they had like new T-shirts for her and stuff like that.
I just don't understand. I mean, that is an interesting
I don't
thought.
understand. Like, how does Sid Justice get put in the Legends wing and not in the actual Hall of Fame, like wrestlers wing? But Stephanie gets to be put in the regular wing.
Yeah, I don't understand that. That's because her husband's Triple H.
What the hell did Bad News Brown do deserve to be in there?
I was wondering that one
100%.
myself. And there's so many others they could have used there.
Nice to see them putting Demolition in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know there was a lot of like, they tried to bring a lawsuit against them and all that, so they didn't want to put them in for a long time. But
They did the same thing with
definitely-
Warrior.
Yep.
yeah,
You know, they did the same thing with the Ultimate Warrior. I don't know the you'd almost really love to know what Pat McAfee's status is, his real status is with the WWE. But why would you use Randy Orton to get Pat McAfee out?
I don't know.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you have Randy Orton, who hasn't main evented WrestleMania in what is it, 10 years or so, whatever the number is, right? Why would you have that happen? Why would that be the catapult that sends Pat McAfee home and he's done with WWE, forever? It just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know they would want to close that door off.
Well,
Right.
He does have a contract with WWE. He signed a multi-year extension in 2022. So he does have a contract with them.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, he did say that he was going to take time off, which, okay, you take time off from being a announcer, do your show for a while. You don't have any football coming up anytime soon. So,
Well, that is, you know what, Larkin, that is true. That is true. He could just go ahead and be like, "Hey, you know what? Screw you. You didn't like me, so hell with it. I'm not going to go ahead and quit. I'm going to go ahead and come back anyway." So I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that
they've
is
done
a
stuff like that before too, right? Or like he'll come back with a different name or something.
yeah.
Like they could just do whatever they want, right?
I said, I just want to see Randy turn on him and just RKO his ass. Because Pat did say kill everybody.
Right, but again, now again, it poses to you. Okay, but who's next? Now, are you real? You're literally going to have? Are you really going to have? So let's just say on the on the SmackDown side. So you're going to kill everybody. So are you going to have him go ahead and and beat the crap out of Jacob Fatu? Are you going to have him beat the crap out of uh, who else? Trick Williams. Are you going to have him go ahead and beat the crap, out of Drew McIntyre? Like, how do you how do you go ahead and uh, Grande McAfeeto? Like I'm saying, this whole thing of wreck everybody, kill everybody. I mean, okay, is it just going ahead and like sneaking in and doing RKOs of people, or is it having matches with all these people?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he does all that, and then you have Cena come back for number 18.
No, Cena's done.
You never
It could
say
have just been something like
WWE.
it could be something that Pat just said off the cuff, and they're like, "Wait, you just said that?"
Yeah.
No,
Oh
no.
crap! Oh crap, Pat.
I don't get it. Like you said, is he coming in just RKO or all those matches? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm
If you're done
saying.
there, do you sneak over to SmackDown and try to do the same thing?
That's what I mean.
And then Obafemi gets a hold of you?
Right. That's what I mean. You're going to wreck everybody. You're going to kill everybody. Okay. So you're running through the roster. So if you look at basically, if you look at what you had, Jacob, Drew, they're Monday Night Raw. They're Monday Night Raw guys. So you look at the other guys that are on Raw, Seth Rollins, Gunther, Braun Breaker. I mean, so you say you're going to kill everybody, you're going to run through everybody.
Last week when they were doing the segments too, I seen people post online like Aleister Black was in the background of a couple of the different things with Pat McAfee
Mm-hmm.
and Randy, like way in the background, standing, looking around the corner was Aleister Black. So it's like they're gonna try and do something along those lines. Like when he wins, Aleister's gonna be like I told you, you know.
The thing is, okay, so if he runs through the roster at SmackDown, so they're going to have him squash Royce Keys.
That's what I'm saying. And this is one of those things where, the words sound really good when someone's writing them on paper and they're talking in the room amongst the 4 or 5 of them, and then it sounds really good for the storyline of Pat saying it. But then all of a sudden, if you step back and you go, oh crap, we have some big names here we have some names that we are trying to push real hard. Are we going ahead and what do we do now? Oh, so you're going to destroy Javon Evans. You're going to destroy Trick Williams. You're going to destroy, Penta. You're going to destroy, Royce Keys, Drew, Fatu, whoever it may be. What? Until, Cody loses. Does Cody go away because of being, does he reflect on some of the things that Pat McAfee said? Does he go away and we see Cody for a while?
I don't know. And going like you said, you also have all the MFTs. What's he going to do to what is the big guy name? I can't think of his name, but I can't see him crushing him at all. Yeah, I
Yes.
got Otis over there, but then Otis is a jobber, so
They don't have enough jobbers. Like, there's too many people that like have to be pushed, and too many people, and I don't think they know how to handle that properly.
I didn't see them ever going to push Matt Cardona. I
No,
did.
it's sad. I'd
He's
like to
there.
see him win some matches, but
I mean, look, I think it's probably one of those things where, you know, they offer him a little something so he can go ahead and he can,
yeah,
with his, he'll be able to travel with his wife. They're on the same show, so he'll be able to spend more time rather than him doing his indie thing. To me, it would have had. I guess it would have been must be a nice check that he's getting
yeah,
because you go from
yeah.
being like the king of the indies
Right.
to
And
back to what
it's
you
like a
were,
bunch of
which
these
is
guys,
basically a jobber. You're a glorified jobber.
like Tozawa. Like Tozawa's been in WWE for like correct, like 12 years, 10 years. Like probably been there longer than we even remember him being there.
Yeah.
And he's just never gonna, be the big guy,
Yeah.
but he's gonna make some good money. And
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and I think that's what they have. That's what a lot of these guys have to look at from that standpoint.
is
And I
money.
think especially now, with TKO in charge, or as long as TKO still owns the company, TKO is not going to go ahead and they're going to they're going to look at the crowd. They're going to listen to the crowd. Like a Trick Williams. Trick was supposed to be a heel, not with the crowd. The crowd's not going ahead and letting him.
Right.
yeah. So Tozawa debuted in 2016.
Yeah, I knew he's been there for a little while. He's probably under another name earlier, probably. Who knows?
Yeah, the Chris Van Vliet with the Big Show, that was a good one.
I'll have to check that out. But I mean, when they brought
It's
Matt
like
back, he's like, I want to get he wanted to be the world champ. And then they just turned him to a jobber. It's like, give him a shot at least.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. It doesn't make a difference how many hours that It's not about making the shows longer. We need more hours, and this show should be when it should be man, Raw should stop at not at 2.5. It should go to 3 hours, 3.5 hours, or this should happen here, or this should happen there. And I just think from the standpoint of is they have too much talent, and they truly don't know what to go ahead and do with it as a whole.
Yeah. I mean,
They'll start pushing guys, and then they'll start pushing guys, and then they just stop.
Yeah. Because Friday night goes 3 hours. Why can't Monday night was supposed to have unlimited access? But I guess there's talks. I read somewhere there's talks that it's going so bad on Netflix that I know WWE has an opt out, and they might be looking at possibly going to Paramount Plus.
I heard the same thing
Really?
with ESPN.
Yeah.
I heard ESPN wasn't very happy with how things were going either.
Well, if you're ESPN, why would you? I think you thought you were going to get a lot more, and I think ESPN looked at wrestling fans as sports fans.
Yeah,
and I don't think they really are as a whole. I mean, a lot of the people that I know that are wrestling fans, they're a fan typically maybe of one sport or maybe two. If you're someone, if you're getting, I mean, when you look at it, if you're getting ESPN Unlimited, you got to be a sports fanatic.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you love college sports, then ESPN Unlimited is for you. Because if you want to watch men's volleyball, of Cal State against, I don't know, USC, you can watch that. If you want to watch, girls softball, you want to watch North Dakota against South Dakota, that might be on there. So if you're a college sports fanatic and you love that stuff, it really is a great deal for you when you figure the amount of college games you could watch.
Yeah, and we have
But if
the same kind of channels
yeah,
over here too, where it has everything. But I'm past the days where I'm going to spend $30 a month on, just watching something, especially when I can watch online for free nowadays, where I can just, when I want to watch a Tigers game, I got a website for baseball games. Want to watch Montreal game? I got channels for that too.
And it's like, I think when it's hurting ESPN as well, is you get people that I've done it where I'll buy it for WrestleMania and cancel it right after WrestleMania is done.
hmm
Not getting any more of my money. This one I'm not going to do it with. I'll just watch it online for free. But I mean, it's just, I would like to see him put it over on Paramount where it's on one place, but because I think Paramount got bought out by what is it, Sunshine Communications, something like that, and they have all the stuff that TCO and WWE are looking for with the advanced stuff, like technical stuff that they have that they were looking for. And from what I hear, willing to offer them a huge deal. But
It would have been nice if they could have had, kept the original WWE network, and that would have, went
yeah,
over good.
Yeah, to me, it's one of those things. What were you thinking when you took when you went ahead and all of a sudden split up so much? Like even if you just would have stayed on Peacock,
Yeah.
even if you just would have stayed there. Now, to
yeah,
your point, the WWE network is really the thing. You want, I mean, that's the thing. You should, if you want wrestling fans, which the problem you have is that TKO doesn't want wrestling fans. TKO wants they want I Show Speed followers. They want Logan Paul's followers. Now they got Jelly Roll coming in, right? So they want country music people. And then who knows, who's the next, star type person or so and so, to go ahead and come in because we want to get into that market over there. And that's the kind of stuff that they want. you know, but again, if you wanted wrestling fans and you truly, truly wanted to get wrestling fans, man, you would crank up the WWE network. You would go 19.99 a month, and I guarantee you'd have more buys than Netflix and ESPN Unlimited combined.
and all that money,
There's so many
all that
wrestling
comes to you.
fans.
You're not sharing that money with anybody else. It's coming right to WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many wrestling fans that are only interested in wrestling. Like
Right.
there's so many hardcore wrestling fans that you're right, they don't watch other sports. Like they watch wrestling and they just watch all the WWE stuff, all 3 or 4 shows like NXT, Evolve, SmackDown, Raw. Then they watch TNA Impact. They watch AEW, both of their shows. And that's all they watch.
Yeah, that's why I said I think they made a TKO made a calculated gamble, and look, and I don't think it's working. And look what ESPN lost UFC.
Yep.
Yeah.
UFC is on Paramount, I think.
And they're
Paramount
yeah,
Plus.
UFC's there.
Yeah.
There's also like a site I go to where I can watch any of the wrestlings I want to watch. Right? And like you could stream them live or you can download them or you can just watch them after. And it's like I'm sure a lot of people use those kind of sites for that too, right? Where they're not making that kind of money. And that site has everything. Like it's got all the New Japan Pro Wrestling shows. It has like all the indie shows.
Feel free to put that link in the private chat there, Sticks.
Yeah, well,
But it's one of those things where they have they went ahead and made a big assumption that wrestling fans were sports fans, like we've said, and we know they missed the boat there. They made an assumption that even if they were just wrestling fans, that they were going to be happy to pay. I don't know what the price is going up to, if it's 35 or 38, but whatever it is, even if it stayed at 30, that people were going to be happy paying $30 a month
yeah,
for PLE. And I don't think, I don't think they've thought out that type of thing anymore.
Yeah, true.
Well, I think when I think I heard that when the contract with Peacock ends, that NXT PLEs will be on YouTube. Triple A is on on YouTube. Is on the WWE's channel, YouTube channel. You can watch all the AAA ones there. But I think from that standpoint, I think they're going ahead and they are they made a calculated gamble. Well, I think it's a combination of things. I shouldn't say that. ESPN made a calculated gamble. Netflix made a calculated gamble that they would draw WWE people, and that the hook was WWE, but would open it up to where they would want more content. And what's the difference? I mean, why do you care about that? If you're going to go ahead and join Netflix and you're a guy who you're a wrestling fan, why does Netflix really give a crap if you watch anything else on their stuff?
right. Like Netflix has like all like the old pay-per-views and like every WrestleMania, and like I can go watch like tons and tons of old wrestling.
Yeah. But I think, like I said, when you I think when you look at it from an overall standpoint, unless TKO pulls back from their influence, I don't think it's going to change. I think we're still dealing with TKO putting their putting their nose in and thinking that, well, hey, we're TKO Sports, we'll definitely be able to grow this even more. Very calculated gamble. And, look, here we are, a few days from WrestleMania, and we're still hearing about, tickets that having to have, tickets 25% off. And that's not a small discount. That's a pretty large discount, percentage-wise. It's not like, hey, we're giving 5% off. We're giving you 25% off.
And they also did before that, they did that 31.6% off.
Yeah.
So, this WrestleMania is not worth a front row seat at like probably $40K. No, not at all.
Yeah, it's crazy what the seats were going for. It'll be interesting to see how they. I'm curious how much panning they will do through the crowd on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Although AI people in the crowd probably. No, AAW is not on Max.
It's not?
not from what I'm looking at. I mean, maybe it is, but from what I was looking at reading, I guess Paramount won the bidding war over Netflix to acquire Warner Brothers, who does their production for TV rights. I guess I don't know when that's supposed to take over, but
I don't know.
Tom, how about them Mets? Just saying.
So onemax.top.
Yeah. Do you want me to? I can show it on my phone, like the website, how it works. It's pretty simple.
Let's see. One.
John's going to check it out right now.
Yes, I am. It's just top, right? TOP. Oh, Corey's gone. Okay. Just like this.
Yep.
And there's your site. They have everything. Heartbreak Kid thing, SmackDown, Collision, Ring of Honor. Interesting. Yep.
I turned on my camera and it booted me.
Yeah, I went to look at it. That's cool.
So it's called onemax.top. It's even got like the new Heartbreak Kid documentary and AEW Dynamite, NXT. They also have, if you go up to the top and you like MMA or you like boxing, you can go watch any of the boxing matches, any of the stuff like that. But it's like pretty simple. Like if you wanted to watch NXT from last night, you just click NXT, and then it has like places you can watch it. So like Daily Motion, I don't like Daily Motion because they have commercials. But if you go to PvP Full Show, they'll have like full HD or HD better, which is a little lower quality. You just click on those. Plus, if you scroll down, you can go down here and download it if you want to download it.
Oh, wow.
But you just click on it, comes up continue. You hit continue. And it's super easy. It's like you might get one pop-up, which may or may not have stuff not shown on YouTube. But then it just, right away it comes up. Boom, you hit full screen, watch your show.
Watch it, yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, they also have like archival sections with like old shows and old pay-per-views and old Raws, and same thing as like Peacock and Netflix and stuff.
Nice.
But when you're watching it, like no pop-ups, no nothing like that.
Oh, sweet.
And like, so like you can watch it live there, like any of the pay-per-views, any of the wrestling. And then like as the show goes on, they'll start putting up parts. So like it'll be like, oh, part 1 is available. Like so you can watch it. And then like after it's all over, like within an hour or two, they'll put up like the full version.
Yeah, I had a site like that, but yours looks like a little better than what I was using.
Yeah, I used to use a different one. It didn't work that great anymore.
So
I'm in Darlington, South Carolina. Well, technically I'm in Florence, South Carolina, working in Darlington, South Carolina. Tonight basically is my last official night on the road for work.
That's cool.
And then I'll basically
be retired.
Once I finish up tomorrow, I really have nothing to do the next, 2 weeks in a day. So basically just get on some conference calls and listen to people talk and all the problems they're going to have with their projects, and I'm going to be thinking, hey, that sounds like a you problem.
Hey, Dom, I think we can. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I
Dom, I think
earlier I was like,
All right, one is.
I thought you were in a different room, and I was like, oh, it looks like he's like in a different room or something, but maybe he's just in his living room or something.
No, I'm in a hotel. My last business trip. I retire from work on May 1st. So this is my
Oh yeah, brother.
my last trip.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So
Gonna relax for a bit, and then what you gonna do?
well, I will, I'm probably thank you, Dom. I'm gonna probably look to get back more into like, woodworking and stuff, and maybe,
Yeah,
make stuff to sell at the flea market or those types of things, little stuff like that and everything.
yeah. That's what
We're
it's about.
moving, yeah, we're moving to a lake. So we built a house on the lake. So I'm looking forward to try and catch every single fish in that lake.
Fucking right, dude.
you know, uh, just I don't know. I mean, it's going to be very very weird. I really have, you know, my last day is May 1st, so May 2nd, May 3rd. That's the weekends. That's not a big deal, But May 4th is going to be weird. Of not having to be up at a certain time and in front of a computer or have a phone ready to go, of somebody calling saying, hey, help me, I'm having a problem.
Yeah, yeah. The headaches will be nice not to have.
Yeah. And it's funny, like, uh, my wife, and and she's like, but you work from home, so do you really go ahead and work anyway? And why do you have to retire? And even when we move and stuff like that, and I'm like, I go, see, you don't understand. I said, I don't want to continue to work when we're at the lake. I said, because if it's a nice day, it's a cool day, and I want to go fishing at 11 o'clock on Tuesday, I want to, find you in the house and go, hey, I'm going to hit the boat. I'm going fishing. I'll see you in a few hours. I go, I can't do that if I have to work.
Yeah.
And by boat, you mean mini yacht, right? I just want to let Dom know that you were taking the Bentley home tomorrow night.
No. Although one of the boats we were looking at is called the Bentley, but it's not a high end boat.
So here, back to wrestling real quick.
Yeah.
You had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal tomorrow night or Friday night.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who do you think takes that one? I'm thinking Royce.
It would make sense
probably.
to Royce Keys. Yeah.
Is it going to be all like? I know quite a few years ago it was always like people that just weren't involved in WrestleMania, and I don't know. Last year seems to. I think there was like more people that were in WrestleMania actually in that match. I can't.
I mean, I guess you could get a match out of that, but it'd be interesting. I mean, I don't know who you'd put it up against. If Royce Key won, who's going to come after him, and what are they coming out for?
Well, I mean, look, Carmelo Hayes won last year, I think.
Yeah.
And it did absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
It really didn't wind up doing much in the beginning at all for him. They set up
Because
him in his stupid ass storyline.
They don't talk about it much after the fact, right?
No.
There was somebody that won it a few years ago that used to talk about it like every week, but I forget who that is.
I mean, maybe it's Joe Henry that wins it because you say his name, there he is.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be Royce Keys just because the way they're trying to build him up. I mean, Because who else on SmackDown, like you said, besides Otis, that I highly doubt they'd have him win. I mean, there's really no.
So it started in 2014, and Cesaro won the first one, then the Big Show, then Baron Corbin, then Mojo Riley, then Matt Hardy, then Braun Strowman, Jey Uso, Madcap Moss, Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, and last year was Carmelo Hayes. So
Wow, like half of those guys didn't even last.
So clearly winning means absolutely nothing.
Yeah. It's just you get a trophy and that's it.
It literally means not a flippin' thing.
But I don't think SmackDown's going to be any good either. But we know we'll watch it.
Well, but like we said in the beginning, you know, they're not going to want to do something to put somebody in harm's way for them to potentially get hurt and really F up a storyline.
But here's the question. We brought it up. Was it last Friday? Yeah, it was last Friday. You know Cody and Randy are going to be there. Do they finally have Cody go over at least one time on Randy? Or does he get his ass beat again?
You know,
I thought he was going to take the win, the quote-unquote win on Friday night, but
I mean, probably not, because it's going to be 2 against 1, because you know McAfee's going to be there. If Randy's there, you got to believe McAfee's going to be there.
Yeah, but this time Jelly Roll's going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
He was there last time. And
yeah, well, he was there last time and it didn't work out.
I mean, to Jelly Roll's credit, his match that he had there, that singles match, wasn't like half bad. Like it was better than I expected it.
It could have been a lot worse.
Mm.
I mean, he is training, so I mean, he'll if he sticks around, which I don't think he will. He might get better, but
he's got too much other stuff going on.
Oh yeah. But anyway.
Well, when you think about when you look at him, though, I mean, what you're talking about? I mean, he's 41 years old, right? Yeah. It's not like you're talking about, you know, it's not like you're talking about someone who's, you know, in their 30s or in their early 30s.
I show speed.
Right. It's not I show speed. It's not a Logan Paul and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am looking at it. They're freaking very cool cards. Very, very cool. I mean, you know, I doubt you can get any of those inserts in that value box, but, you know, all you're going to get is some green parallels. But at least you do get 6 cards.
Bowman was just too expensive the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Did you all see the price of freaking the Chrome football?
$600
for a hobby box. The jumbos were like $1,500 for some people. I saw.
I saw a thing yesterday online. I think it was I don't know if it was an Instagram reel or if it was a YouTube short, but there's an LCS in St. Louis, and even though on the secondary market, those boxes, because you know the first license Topps Chrome, you know, football, a lot of the guys, you know, potential first autographs and everything. And even though they're selling them for $600, they're selling them for $599.99. They said that with the caveat is going to be they are going to remove the plastic wrapper when you buy it from them, because then they don't, you know, they're trying and be on that and on blaster boxes, because they're trying to go ahead and, you know, stop the
reselling.
the reselling on, you know, Whatnot or eBay or wherever it may be, of all of a sudden
Yeah.
holding on to it and paying, you know, and wind up selling it for 800, 900 bucks.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a guy that collects sealed product, you know, like there's certain product that I bought because and I bought a couple extras to keep sealed, like WWE Prism, the first edition, the premier edition. You know,
Yeah.
I bought a few extra of those blasters. I have them in a bin. They're still, you know, like even the WNBA ones, the WNBA Prism ones, right? There are certain ones that I took, you know, and I kept them, sealed and everything. Not looking to
Yeah.
resell anything for that right now. I mean, maybe in the future, who knows? But right now, no. So if you're a guy who wants to do that kind of stuff, and you walk into that store and they go, "I'm sorry, we're going to cut the plastic off," they'll be like, "That's all right, thanks a lot."
Yeah.
Yeah. And like if you're ripping and you go and you buy one in person and they cut it right there, that's not as bad. But if you were to like order it online, like, I don't know if I trust that.
Well, I read somewhere that Tops and Fanatics are thinking about doing the same thing, just not sealing them anymore.
Really?
Yeah, back like it was in like '87 where you had to none of it was sealed back then.
That's true,
Yeah.
was it?
They didn't have any like hits.
That's true. I mean, but
Because I mean, obviously, yeah. Because obviously, every single thick pack would be swapped out with the thin pack for the potential
Or
of
once,
going and getting the,
you
you
know,
know,
like you're opening a blaster, you get a nice hit out of like
Yeah.
the second pack or whatever. Okay, the rest of that box is going to go aside, and I'll just put two other packs in there.
yeah, Tops UK is already doing it. It's not a sealed box anymore.
I have a
Wow.
couple. I have a couple of Tops UK sealed hobby boxes.
Well, when you start doing your rip and ship again, we'll talk.
I have too much fucking. I have too much. Too much. Well, all right, fellas. Hey, Sticks, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Corey.
Hey, man. Glad I did.
Appreciate you. Thanks for that link and everything.
Thanks to everybody
Oh,
in the
yeah.
chat.
Yep.
We had fun.
Yeah.
And stay safe. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah. Feel better, Sticks, and
Yes.
I hope next week when we are chatting that we at least have something good to talk about that came out of this weekend. That's what I'm hoping.
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Oh shit, that's true. Gosh darn it. I'll run into that one, Cody. Corey, thanks. Look, I even called you Cody.
That should be the next live show. So, YouTube, what do you want to talk about? Just put that instead of WrestleMania results.
Yeah, so enjoy, relax. If hopefully you can go ahead and hang out with some friends like I'm going to be doing. I think we got about 12 people on Saturday and maybe 12 or 14 on Sunday coming over to the house to watch.
Nice.
So going to cost me a fortune with food, but that's okay. I don't care. It's basically the final big events that we'll have at this house and stuff. So looking forward to it. I always enjoy it. I watch it different, because we talk about it. I tend to watch the show a little different, and stuff like that. Try and read into it a little more. So
Yeah.
I'm like reading and then picking out little parts here and there.
Yeah.
If you all get a chance, go over to YouTube and look up Cody crashes Pat McAfee's set.
All right.
It is interesting to see it.
Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll catch you later.